I'm your host, Candy Barre, and I would formally welcome you, but I've ordered some food before this game started, and it's still not here, so I'm going in skipping a meal. So, expect extra crankiness. Only one contestant? I can't focus all my sarcastic mirth onto just one person. Having trouble staying? Alright, down the fast lane you go. Let's get the party started with subscribe to my OnlyFans for nightly sleep streams. So I got some guy on Instagram telling me that he's gonna kill me during this game today. Weird way to slide into my DMs, but he did start by saying he watches me while I'm asleep, which is some serious stalker business. Considering that he has eyes with no eyelids, which creepypasta character would find it the easiest to watch me sleep? Ben Drowned, Jeff the Killer, Slenderman, or Zalgo? Allow me to explain. You've met with a terrible answer, haven't you? It's coming. It's soon. And it's bad. I'm talking about a penalty to your score, by the way. Yep, Slenderman has no eyelids. He also doesn't have any eyes or a face in general, so he's not the right answer this time. Sorry. It is written that Jeffrey Woods carved his face into a permanent smile and burned off his eyelids, turning himself into the Killer, both in name and actions. Don't ask me why I know this stuff about creepypastas. I was just a dumb, edgy kid in the 2000s. Riddle me this. Curiosity and morbid cat idioms. They say that a cat has 9 lives, but also that curiosity killed the cat. Well, we curious cats in the writing room have been exploring our curiosity a bit too much while writing too many death-themed questions, so that we just had to do another one of these. Yep, it's a big brainstorming. It's what we do when one of our mind-mapping exercises gets way out of hand, with too many branches and not enough comedic potential. I'm gonna give you 3 of those branches, and you have to tell me what the common origin is. Blank, Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, Hideo Kojima. Blank, Black Butler, Tag Team Serial Killers. Blank, Dan Bull, Nerdcore Rappers. Which one of these names best completes this web? Sherlock Holmes, Mei Ling, Jack the Ripper, or Mr. Anderson? Let's see who got it. Well, there's a Mei Ling in Metal Gear Solid, but the housemaid in Black Butler is called Mei Rin, not Mei Ling. Yes, Sherlock Holmes did appear in Epic Rap Battles, but he was portrayed by Zach Sherwin, who also played Wayne Gretzky and Albert Einstein. Which nicely segues to my insult. Great one, genius. Mr. Anderson, you seem to be high on some peculiar pills. The character Raiden from Metal Gear Solid is also known as Jack the Ripper. The manga and anime Black Butler, set in Victorian England, had an arc where Jack the Ripper is hunted down and revealed as a tag team between Madame Red and her Grim Reaper/Butler Grell Sutcliffe. And Jack the Ripper, portrayed by Dan Bull, faced off against Hannibal Lecter, portrayed by Epic Lloyd in an episode of Epic Rap Battles of History. So the common thread here is Jack the Ripper. Another possible thread would have been Jack the Ripper, the London Rippers, the defunct baseball team of London, Ontario, Canada, not London, UK. Sports team names that didn't age well. That would have segued nicely into the Washington Commanders, known as the Redskins until 2020? Can you handle this? Hell is other people's messages. Oh, I got another message from that guy. Let's see. It says, I'll send your soul into hell from whence you came. Anyway, let's say that my worst sin was being a heretic, while this guy's worst sin was being violent against other people. According to Dante's Divine Comedy, how many circles of hell deeper will this guy end up than I? 1 circle deeper, 2 circles deeper, 4 circles deeper, or 7 circles deeper? Enough thinking. 7 circles? I think you'd have to dig deeper than the 9th and deepest circle of hell for that. Unless he's somehow bad enough to go beneath hell.
That's where they keep the people who make tea in the microwave!
I wonder which circle of hell you'll end up in for being so stupid. The 6th circle of hell is for heretics, while the 7th circle of hell is for the violent. And most preschoolers can tell you that 7 comes right after 6. Remember, kids, being a violent murderer is only one layer of hell worse than not believing in Jesus. And both of them are worse than my Uber Eats delivery guy taking a sweet time getting my lunch order to me. You know what? These death threat messages are getting me into the mood where I want to ask some more murderer-themed questions. Here's one called Making a Killing, which is the sorta kinda. I'm gonna list 7 names. For each of them, you need to tell me if it's a real-life murderer or a fictional murderer. If the killer is real, press left. And if the killer is fictional, press right. And lifesavers can't save your life now. Get ready. Hannibal Lecter. Jack the Ripper. The Trinity Killer. Buffalo Bill. The Zodiac Killer. The Alphabet Murderer. The Freeway Phantom. Oh, you sweet summer child, stay under that rock where it's safe for your life and sanity. Can't sell fictional violence for real violence? You must be an anti-video game Karen. I see your revolver couldn't fire enough bullets to kill all 7 options. Wow, you know a lot about serial killers. That's concerning even for one of those goth kids like me. Whatever the problem with this guy is, he's kind of a loser if the biggest obstacle in the way of his happiness is someone like me. Some guy on TV he's never met. For all he knows, I could be fictional.
Candy was blissfully unaware that she was just a disembodied voice, created to guide along players and add some human warmth in a cold, inorganic trivia video game.
Daisy, stop narrating our lives like it's the Stanley Parable.
You mean the Candy Parable?
Absolutely not. Coming up next, safety handling sharp objects. I feel like a lot of people see swords as this really cool fantasy weapon, but it's a deadly weapon, something that needs a lot of training and caution to handle well. I think some OSHA-compliant workplace safety signs are in order. Which OSHA sign is the best fit to warn you about the Sword of Damocles? Caution, low clearance, mind your head. Caution, hot surface, do not touch. Caution, heavy, team lift. Or caution, eye protection required. And the big reveal? Apparently no brain protection is required for you. Hopefully it didn't take a team effort for you to come up with this answer. The legend goes that as Damocles the courtier was allowed to be king of Syracuse for a day, a sword was dangled over the throne by one single horsehair. The moral is that with great power comes great danger. And Chekhov's gun would come with the sign, Caution, equipment training required for all employees. Because sooner or later, either the gun's gonna be fired, or you if you don't pay attention. Brace yourself for the sweet relief of a chewy candy bar. I usually don't eat the Laffy Taffy that these jokes come with, but I'm a bit hungry, so I'm gonna eat it right now to tide me over. Okay then, here's a joke. Why are there fences around cemeteries? Because people are dying to get in. That's thematic. Anyway, which country has the cemetery where the most people die to get in? Iraq, Switzerland, Egypt, or China? Drum roll, please. Okay, now stop.
The following joke will be removed in the Chinese airing to comply with China's censorship laws.
Don't you just love censorship? Such a great leap forward for our society.
No, that's where the most people are dying to become mummies!
Get out of the recording booth, Ozzy, and take your joke that only works with British spelling standards with you. The Valley of Peace in Najaf, Iraq, houses the remains of 5 million people, mostly Shia Muslims, including prophets and politicians. In other words, it's Iraq's version of Fox News' target demographic. That's all for round 1. Let's hope the food arrives real soon because I'm getting impatient.
Hey, Candy, want some of mine?
Is it Heinz beans on toast again, like every single day?
What? No!
Oh, that's a relief.
I put it in a cone.
I refuse. Oh, hey, you don't seem like the delivery guy. Yeah, I'm still waiting for him to deliver that food I ordered. Where the hell is it? We're halfway through this episode and he still hasn't arrived. Let's just get on with this. Welcome to Salty Trivia! Point values are double in round 2 because of course. Let's get going. Hey, without further ado, let's begin. This next one's called, And Now, the Moment You've Been Dreading. I watched Judge Dredd starring Sylvester Stallone lately. For those of you who don't watch 22s on Rotten Tomatoes, he's a street judge, a police officer who has the discretion to try and sentence criminals on the spot. Where have I seen this on the news? Anyway, suppose Judge Dredd used a dagger for the same reason a gyoji, a judge in sumo wrestling, is traditionally expected to. What is he most likely doing? Stabbing a mob of rowdy spectators, killing the accused for disrespecting the court, fighting off a religious protester, or apologizing for a wrong verdict with his life. Allow me to explain. That rowdy mob of spectators would probably just be people leaving the cinema after watching that abomination of a movie. Either they or Sylvester deserve it, but it's wrong. The court? What part of street judge did you not understand? If a gyoji misjudges a game, he is traditionally expected to apologize by committing honorable suicide by stabbing his own abdomen, which is called harakiri or seppuku. Fortunately, the dagger is only a symbolic gesture now. Just as Chief Judge Magruder voluntarily exiled herself for misjudging, a misjudging gyoji just has someone on Twitter start a rumor that he's a pedophile. Coming right up. No soap opera is complete without a death threat. Here's what you've been dying to see, 1,000 question! You get it, same rules. Get ready to press away because here I come. So in this soap opera I'm watching, Claire loves Hugh, but Hugh's in a relationship with Isabel, who has a crush on Dave, who's actually gay for Trevor, but he's dating Toby, who's secretly cheating on him with Felix. He got on with Alexi at an office party, but turns out Alexi tended just to see Sheila, who's friends with benefits with Brian, who's engaged with Regina, who meets with Harry every Wednesday evening, who sends love letters to Jillian, who's childhood friends with Claire. Got all that? Great. What would you call that situation? A love heptagon, a love icosagon, a love hendecagon, or a love tridecagon? A hendecagon is one side short of a dozen, much like your one egg short of a dozen. An icosagon has 20 sides, which is way more than what I mentioned. Though if you let a weekly telenovela or anime run for long enough, it'll get there. A heptagon has 7 sides, but you didn't get lucky this time. A polygon with 13 sides is called a tridecagon, so a situation with 13 one-sided loves in a loop would be called a love tridecagon. No, I don't even know why I watch that stuff. I just play it on the TV when I'm home alone, so it sounds like I have an exciting life. The next question is... Screw this, I've been waiting half an hour before the start of the show. Can a girl get some lunch over here? I cannot work on an empty stomach! I'm getting sick! At this rate, I'm gonna chomp someone's face off before I get my order. My stomach is imploding! I'm seriously getting hangry over here. Speaking of which, who the hell invented the word hangry? Just because they're the only 2 words in the English language that end with G-R-Y doesn't mean they should go together. Sure, maybe useful, but it's just smushing them together. It's not even clever, it's some stupid fuck. Who the hell is there?
Crikey! When they call me an angry bastard! Alright, kiddo, the hell are you carrying on like a pork chop for?
It's taking hours for that damn Uber Eats to come through.
Uber Eats? What the hell is that?
You don't know it? It's an app that lets you order food from pretty much anywhere on your phone and have someone, apparently a massive slowpoke on a snail speed moped this time, mind you, deliver it to you.
Oh! So you get some random guy to get on the scooter and go for the pizza run, huh? When I was young, we had to ask the neighbors to do it for us because we couldn't be asked to get off the couch.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
What did you order anyway?
Well, just a couple hash browns from Macca's, half a dozen pumpkin scones from Starbucks, a triple cup of triple mango from Baskin Robbins, and a large cup of bubble tea with chocolate sauce from the local shop.
F***ing hell, Mike! Is that a lunch order or a family buffet? That's a heap of food! Why else do you think it's taking an hour?
I mean, sure, I have a huge appetite, sue me, but an hour wait? It's ridiculous. It's not like the restaurants are hauling ingredients across the Atlantic after I place the order, is it?
Hey, you know something? That might not be too far off. Out of your 4 lunch orders, I noticed that only one of them is free of ingredients that are native to the Americas, otherwise known as New World crops.
Oh, come to think of it, you're right.
Well, why don't you tell me which one the hell it is?
And therefore the most plausible to have all the ingredients hauled across the Atlantic after I ordered, as they apparently have had.
The hash brown, the pumpkin scones, the mango ice cream, or the chocolate bubble tea?
Enough thinking. Do you actually not know where chocolate comes from? Wow, you're a new level of stupid, aren't you?
Besides, cassava's our new world crop too, stupid!
There's hash browns, potato salad, french fries, vodka. Potatoes are a pretty integral part of Western cuisine, which explains why potatoes are
They
named...
are from southern Peru, you dumbass!
I was about to say that, Ozzy. It's called misdirection. Apparently, you don't know jack-o'-lantern about New World crops.
I don't get it.
Do you, not know what Halloween is?
Nah, never celebrated it as a kid.
Makes sense, considering you seem like you were born before Halloween was invented.
Don't make me slap you. Potatoes, pumpkins, cacao beans, cassava.
Whose starch boba is made of?
They're all crops originating in the Americas. Mangoes were first discovered on the Indian subcontinent.
In hindsight, maybe it was a bad idea to order ice cream through Uber Eats. It's probably melted in sugary goo already.
Well, tough shit, Candy. Maybe you should have done some planning.
Well, excuse me, Ozzy. It's not like I could have planned for my food to be an hour overdue, is it? Oh, the intercom is ringing. Let me get that. Hey, yo?
There's someone at the door looking to see Candy Barre.
Oh, finally. Let him through. It's Studio 3A. Looks like I'm finally getting that order fulfilled.
And judging by the size of that order, you're gonna need a bigger shitter afterwards.
See, this is why the whole room gets awkward when you host the question. Let's see how you do in this mortal Tesla coil. I'm just trying to distract myself from my hunger with random topics, but gee, are Tesla coils pretty awesome or what? I mean, charging up enough electricity in one place to induce artificial lightning? What better way to give Zeus the middle finger? Suppose I was killed by electrocution from standing too close to a Tesla coil. Which one of these CSI Miami-style one-liners would be the least scientifically accurate? It looks like she couldn't conduct herself. It looks like she isn't insulated from her bad choices. It looks like she took charge of the area. Or it looks like she was grounded in the moment. This is gonna be good. Okay then, I'm charging you for that response. This is your captain speaking. You're about to crash and burn. Actually, you're the one who is not insulated from your bad choices. If I was electrocuted, that must mean that I was grounded, I wasn't insulated, and electrical charge conducted through my body. So I very much would have conducted myself. But man, what a flashy way to go. Coming up next, heads will be bashed in. Fine by me, I'm paid per episode. With what saying does this rhyme? Dumbbell for my slaughter. You say this when you have a goal to achieve. Regardless of the cost or obstacles. No afterlife or flood can stop me. What a shame, it looks like you've never had something you really wanted to do, that you swear you'll do it, unconditionally, no matter what, no ifs, ands, or buts, come what may, whatever it takes, one way or another, dumbbell for my slaughter. One day I'm gonna surpass the trivia hosts I look up to, come hell or high water. Coming out to number 12. Oh, what the? Hey, who's that guy with the sledgehammer behind what used to be the door?
After months, I finally found you, Candy Barre. You'll pay for spitting all my threats into jokes.
You know, if you wanted me to pay, you could have joined the game for a chance to win some sweet cash.
That's not what I meant, and you know it.
How'd you get in here anyway?
What do you mean, how'd you get in here? You just said it's Studio 3A and let me in.
You mean that wasn't my food delivery just now? Oh, how much longer are they gonna make me wait?
Shut up, just shut up! Or I'll shatter every bone in your body with my sledgehammer. From the largest one to the smallest.
Oh no! Which are the first and last bones he plans to break?
I told you to stop doing that!
My pelvis and my incudes, my radii and my lacrimal bones, my femurs and my stipides, or my tibiae and my malleae. Can you handle the truth? Hips don't lie, but they occasionally lead you to the wrong answer.
How's that supposed to relate to that option?
Duh, the pelvis is where the sockets for the hip joints are. How can you threaten to steal my bones without knowing which is which? Oh, so close. The lacrimal bones are not the smallest bones in my body, but the smallest bones in this cute, lovable face of mine.
Are you provoking me? You are provoking me.
Since lifesavers were deployed just now, we have a couple of late answers here. The femurs, also known as the thigh bones, are the biggest and strongest bones in your body. The stipides, also known as the stirrup bones, are one of the 3 bones in your inner ear, and the smallest bones in your body overall.
Dude, why aren't you afraid? Why aren't you screaming your dress off?
Because Daisy.
Daisy?
Hi, I'm Daisy.
Wow, that was a clean kick to the balls. Like a double Pele. Thanks for saving my bacon there, Daisy.
Ooh, nice sledgehammer. Can I keep it?
I mean, maybe until this guy's handed over to the cops. Just don't smash any of the equipment or staff.
Gotcha. Oh, speaking of bacon, your food's waiting for you in the back.
Oh, it's about damn time! You've made it to the sugar rush. Oh, by all means, just remember this. Side hustle. Which of these committed the side word in question? I'm gonna hustle right towards my lunch, BRB. I'm back from absolutely demolishing my lunch.
I saw. It was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
I'm still pissed that it took this entire game for my food to arrive. Damn it, Uber, why do you make something this slow and release it to the public? Then again, Crisis was released.